Protective styling can snatch your edges. The buildup is real. Hey guys, it's Josie. Welcome to my channel. So as you can see, I got faux locks again. Yay! And I got them done again because I love them so much. I feel like it fits me so well. And yeah, this will now be my third time getting them. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I did get them done differently. These are now in smaller sections. You can see the parts are smaller and the actual locks itself are smaller. They're still wavy because, you know, I love wavy. I don't do the straight full locks. And also I got them really long. I got them actually almost up to my waist. So I'll stand up so that you guys can see the back. So it's up to there. Up to my bum almost. I just wanted to come to you guys today and tell you some things I've been noticing every single time I get my locks done. Doesn't have to be locks, braids, twists, any protective style, including extensions. And these are just common things that happen that sometimes we don't know, but they do cause breakage. And I'm just here to tell you guys how you can prevent that from happening. So we all know that in order to get our hair to be in protective styles, our hair needs to be smoothed down. It needs to be detangled. It doesn't have to be bone straight, but you know, you can't work with shrunken hair. So the blow drying process, some people don't have to blow dry their hair to put their hair in protective style. Some people do. When you're blow drying, just make sure you're using heat protectant and the heat isn't directly on the hair or it isn't too hot. Another thing is people who, like some hairstylists who do my hair, I noticed that a lot of them aren't careful when they're detangling my hair. It really irks my nerves when I see them grab the tiniest of combs and they feel like they need to detangle my hair with the comb and they feel like I don't. There's no need for a bigger comb, you know, wider maybe, a wide tooth comb. I don't know. And it's like they don't understand that you need to go from ends to roots. Ends to roots. Like, it's just so annoying when they just comb through the knots. Like, it really irks my nerves. Like, I just like, ugh. I hate it so much, but it's like sometimes I'm like afraid to say, can you go from ends to roots? You know, but sometimes you just have to tell them. At the end of the day, you are paying them and it's your natural hair. You don't want to cause breakage just because your hairstylist isn't detangling your hair properly. So guys, speak up if you need to. I blow dry my hair, I detangle my hair, like my hair is like already detangled. And then when I go, they still find the need to comb and detangle it. So they do that. They usually aren't very gentle and careful, and that's actually an important step because it causes a lot of breakage if you don't do it correctly. So another thing that everyone knows happens with protective hair, it has something to do with your edges. Yeah, it can snatch your edges, girl. Protective styling can snatch your edges. Definitely when your stylist is twisting, braiding, pulling your hair, the hair is getting pulled at the roots and it's just holding on for dear life, okay? And to help your hair from not snapping off, what you should do is hold your hair. Hold it at the very root, at where you can feel, you're just gonna feel it. Like, it's gonna be really tight because while your hairstylist is actually twisting and braiding your hair up, it's actually twisting your hair up, the hair continues to spin. It twists, it twists, it twists, it twists until eventually it breaks and snaps off. And who wants that? You don't want that. You do not want that. It's really painful as well. You can definitely tell your stylist that she's doing it too tight, but you need to also protect your edges. So that's what I do. I just hold it until she's done, because I know I don't want to go out looking like I have no edges, you know, like, yeah. All around the perimeter of your hair, even the back of your hair, everywhere where you know your hair is very fragile. I know for me, it's the back, it's my edges, and it's like the crown of my hair, especially here. Like, my hair is very sensitive and fragile, and I just need to hold my hair so that it doesn't snap off. So that's another one that we all need to be very careful about. Another thing that you should be mindful of when getting a protective style is that you still need to moisturize your hair. Okay? Stop it. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I know a lot of girls are like, yeah, time to go back to school, you know, back to work. Don't have to worry about my hair. Let me put some faux locks in it. Let me braid it up. Don't have to take care of it. I'm done. Just go to sleep, wake up the next day, don't have to do nothing. No. You have to, okay? It's actually a good time for your scalp to get nicely moisturized, because your hair, it's already done for you. The sections are already done for you. You have easier access to your scalp, and so you should take advantage of that and moisturize your hair. It doesn't have to be every day, but make sure it gets moisture. As you guys know, the itching is something that comes up a lot when we get our hair like this. You know, it's kind of impossible to say not to itch, but if you can avoid it sometimes, just don't do it, because your fingernails cause damage when you scratch your scalp. It causes flakes, and it just adds to buildup. Speaking of buildup, yeah, so when you moisturize your hair, when you put conditioner, oil, shea butters, you know, you're moisturizing your scalp, moisturizing your hair and everything, that's all good. But when we're taking down our hair, it clogs up, and the buildup just ends up being like a little, you know, you've seen it when you take down your hair. The takedown process is actually, to me, the most important part of protecting your hair, because it can cause a lot of breakage. It's hard to, you know, be gentle with your hair and be patient. Take your time when you're detangling and getting all of the dirt out of your hair. But at the end of the day, it is a protective style. So, you know, like, how are you really protecting your hair if you're just going to rip it out when you take it down anyway? You know, you don't want all that growing, that length retention to just go out the window just because you're not patient with your hair. When you take it down, you have to be gentle. You know, your hair is very fragile. It can be a little dry. So you want to make sure you're doing everything that you can to retain that length that you grew for those 2 months. And that's why I don't recommend leaving in a protective style for longer than 2.5 months, because the buildup is real. You guys know. Yeah, I know that I've told you guys in the past that I actually had to cut my hair several times. Actually, it was more times after that, that time that I cut my hair. I cut it even more again, because I wasn't patient with my hair. Like, I was just like taking down my faux locks, and one thing led to another, and the hair just ended up into a tangled mess, and it was just too big of a knot for me to take it out. I literally had to cut off this much of my hair. Like, well, not thickness, not in terms of thickness, in terms of length. I cut off this much of my hair, and I was just so devastated. And I had to do that actually 3 times. So there's like a whole bunch of different parts of my hair where some lengths are shorter than the other. So that's actually important as well, because it's just like, oh, I spent so much time growing my hair, and I just had to cut it off at the end of the day. Like, that's not cool. So that's something you guys should be mindful of. Those are some things I experienced and some things I noticed. So this time I'm going to try to be a lot more careful. I hope that this video was helpful to you, and if you guys have had any other experiences like mine, I would love to hear that. You can leave that in the comment section below, and you guys can check out my pros and cons video of faux locks. I'll leave that in the description box below. So yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. I hope it was helpful, and stay tuned for any other videos. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions of videos that you guys would like to see. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.